Hey y'all, my name is Sarah and I'm the Adventist woman. And welcome to Books, where I talk about books. It could be an old book, it could be a new book, but it is always a book that has inspired me. Today, the book I have chosen is The Desire of Ages by Ellen G. White. It was first published in 1898 and since then has been in constant publication. It is 835 pages long. Well, at least the version I have. It could vary depending on publication. I have been so blessed by reading this book. I put off reading it for a long time because, well, it seems a little imposing because of how long it is, and I was just convinced I would never be able to finish it. I would be bored. I just didn't want to read it, even though I had heard that it was really good and had been encouraged to do so. So the last few months I have finally started reading it, and it is amazing. It has held my attention. I'm not even quite done with it yet, but I just wanted to share with y'all how blessed I have been by reading this book and encourage you to read it as well. The subtitle to the book is The Conflict of the Ages Illustrated in the Life of Christ. And that's what it is. It is like a biography of Christ's life when he was here on earth, beginning with his birth. And we know Ellen White is a prophet. All of her writings are inspired from God. They are not to be put above the Bible, but they are there to help us better understand things. And she would be the first to say that the Bible is supreme. She was the lesser light leading to the greater light. So we read the Bible first, and then we can go to her to get some better understanding. And all of the Bible stories from the Gospels are in here, and they're just really brought to life, and you see details and better understand points, because some Bible stories are only a few verses long, and while they're very important, sometimes it might be a little, hard to get the full meaning, and this book brings out that meaning. You see the thought process, you understand why Jesus made certain decisions, why he said certain things. You get to almost relive the stories of his miracles and when he was disciples and the times he was preaching. It has just been amazing to read this, and I encourage everyone to read it. I'm sure many of you have it on your shelf. If you do, as I always say, pull it out, dust it off, reread it, share it with someone. If you haven't read it before, pull it off your shelf or find a copy. You can find them at any ABC and online. There are many different versions available. This is the paperback. It comes in the traditional hardback, actually several different hardback versions, I think. There is an adaptation in today's language version called Humble Hero. There is the version aimed at kids called Victory of the Warrior King, the story of the life of Jesus, which was written by Sally Pearson Dillon. And there is even by Ellen Bailey, and it is put out by the Review and Herald. It is a visual introduction of The Desire of Ages, running on empty, kind of like a comic book version of it. So there's a lot of different versions out there. It has been translated into many languages. It is book 3 in the Conflict of the Ages series, which is like, I'm forgetting the order, but the 5 books: Acts of the Apostles, Prophets and Kings, Patriarchs and Prophets, Desire of Ages, and ending with the Great Controversy. That's called the Conflict of the Ages series, and Desire of Ages, I do believe, is book number 3 in that series. But anyway, I encourage you to find a version, to check it out, and you will be blessed.